I was told not to hit the gym. You cannot do a certain set of things that every other normal person can. Something snaps on my back. This has never happened before. This is how serious this injury is. What's up, Super Squad? If you're here from Instagram or if you're watching me for the first time, hi, I'm Jemit. I go by the name Superrjem. I lift weights and I share everything I know about the gym, fitness, nutrition, diet on social media. Recently, मैंने एक 10 second वीडियो अपलोड करी थी of me deadlifting and going through a spinal injury on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and they both reached over a million people. एंड उसके ऊपर बहुत लोगों के कमेंट्स आए थे कि ये इंजरी हुई कैसे, डेडलिफ्ट की वजह से हुई, हाउ एम आई ट्रीटिंग दिस इंजरी, व्हाट आर द डॉक्टर्स सेइंग. एंड बहुत लोगों को एक्चुअली ये इंजरी हुई है एंड दे डोंट नो हाउ टू ट्रीट दिस. एंड दिस गेव मी अ गुड इनफ रीजन कि इसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बनना चाहिए, so that I can at least tell you what I am doing to treat this injury, and more importantly, in future आप अपने आप को ऐसी इंजरी से बचा सकते हो if the situation ever comes, because this injury is very bad. So yeah, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Let's get started. Let's talk about how I injured myself. So I've been lifting heavy since the last 4-5 years. Like, to give you a number, my deadlift PR is 200 kgs and my squat PR is 170 kgs. With proper form, proper range, proper technique, without any pain or discomfort of any kind. Because I've been around people जो लोग ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा weight उठाते हैं, जिसे हम ego lifting कहते हैं. But I've always been smart enough to know my limits, to know that I should not let that ego lifting side of things get into my head. So strategically over the years, brick by brick, I have built this strength. In July 2024, this is when the injury happened for the first time. Just like any other day, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing my stretches, I'm doing my warm-ups, and I'm doing deadlifts that day. Now, आप deadlift में warm up कैसे करते हो? Is basically you start with an empty bar of 20 kgs. फिर आप थोड़ा weight डालते हो, then you do a set. फिर आप थोड़ा weight डालते हो, then you do a set. And you keep on doing this until you reach your main working set. और फिर आपका workout start होता है. These are all warm-up sets. So my warm-up sets goes like I do it with an empty bar. फिर 60, फिर 100, फिर 120, 140, 160, 180. This is how I deadlift. That day I start warming up for my deadlifts. I do it with an empty bar. Now I have to do it with 60. But someone is already doing their deadlifts. The bar is loaded with 80 kgs. So instead of me going and asking them to reduce the weight, I also have to work out. Then we'll work out together. I don't ask them anything. I just go and join them and start warming up with 80 instead of 60. I have never done this. And that day I just thought that it's not a big deal because I already lift so heavy. ये छोटा मोटा 60-80 का फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए कुछ भी. So I start warming up with 80, everything is good. I start warm up with 100, everything is good. I start warming up with 120. I do 1 rep, 2 rep. On the third rep, something snaps on my back. This has never happened before. Something snaps on my back, so I put the weight down. Then next thing I know that even if I'm bending, I'm having a lot of pain on my lower back. Like the connecting region of the hip and lower back, I'm having a lot of pain there. ये कभी नहीं हुआ है पहले. So I thought that because my warm up got messed up, that's why I'm having a lot of pain in my lower back. So I stopped doing deadlifts, but I carried on with the rest of my workout. Everything is going nice otherwise. Few days go by, a week goes by, I'm still having that pain. I am not able to do deadlifts, I'm not able to do squats because every time I do it, it pains a lot on my lower back. A month goes by. I thought a month of rest will do something, but it did not. So, for the first time in August 2024, I go to a physiotherapist about this and I tell her everything, that I'm having a lot of pain on my lower back. This is happening due to deadlifts and all. She diagnosed the problem. She told me to stop working out for some time and she gave me rehab stretches to do twice in a day. So, I'd start doing that. And I did not go to the gym for rest of the August. I started going to the gym very late in September. I do that for 2 months. I do these stretches for 2 months. By October 2024, my back is feeling better. Not there yet, but it's feeling better. I try doing deadlift and squats. I'm able to do them, not like how I used to, but I'm able to do them. So I start building my strength back again. I'm continuing with my lifts, but taking it very slow this time, very carefully. In Jan 2025, I'm deadlifting again. Like a madman, I'm pushing myself because I cannot lift heavy. I'm lifting lightweight for more reps. So, like a madman, I'm pushing myself. One more rep, one more rep, one more rep. And in this process, my back snaps again, exactly like it did in July. but this time it is way more serious. But I'm not aware of this, that it's serious. I just know that this is the same thing that happened in July, so I don't go to anyone, because this time I know what to do, because this has happened to me before. I start doing the exact set of stretches that my doctor gave me way back in August 2024. Months go by, Feb, March, April, May. Stretches are not working, not lifting heavy is not working. And now I started taking things seriously because nothing is working at all. I spoke to one of my friends. Someone tells me to go to a chiropractor instead of a physiotherapy, because physiotherapy is a time consuming process for recovery, and chiropractor might get me out of this quicker than that. At least that's what I thought. So I go to a chiropractor. That chiropractor asks me to take an x-ray of my back before going. So I take an x-ray of my back and I go to a chiropractor. Sadly, the chiropractor thing did not work for me at all. I took 2 or 3 sittings, but my back was not feeling better. I don't even know what the chiropractor was doing. I'm not saying that they are bad, it did not work for me. So I did not continue with the chiropractor. I went back to a physiotherapist. But this time, since I had my x ray, I went to an ortho to get my x ray diagnosed properly to know what's wrong. And then I went to a physiotherapist. So this is my x ray report. I'm going to read it out to you. It says alignment maintained, no evidence of bone destruction. The disc spaces are preserved, thankfully. Both SI joints are normal, but there is a loss of normal lumbar lordosis and paraspinal muscle spasm. Now, what does this mean? Each of us, we have three natural curves on our spine, one on the neck, one on the upper back, and one on the lower back. These curves are natural. It helps us maintain a healthy posture and do everything that we are doing in life without any pain. Okay. So in my report, it says that I have loss of normal lumbar lordosis, which basically means that one of the curves has been disturbed. In my case, it's one on the lower back. It should be like this. It's either going like this or it's getting completely flat. I'm still not sure, but there is a problem there. So that is what this X-ray report says. And because of that problem in the curve, it's causing problem in everything that I'm doing. Like, the ortho has literally told me to avoid traveling on bikes and autos because the roads are very bumpy and that can create a lot of problems on my back. I was told not to hit the gym until the physiotherapist says. I was told to not bend forward because that creates a lot of problems. Like, अगर नीचे कुछ गिर जाता है, so I have to ask someone else to pick it up for me. I cannot bend because even the slightest bit of forward bending creates a lot of problems in the back. And I have to keep a pillow behind my back every time I sit, because then only that posture of the spine, natural posture of the spine, will be maintained. Otherwise, वो बार बार ऐसे हो रहा है. And I'm not allowed to sit on hard surfaces. So these are all the problems that I'm facing right now, and this is how serious this injury is. So after this diagnosis, I finally go to a physiotherapist in June 2025, like literally last month. And honestly speaking, physiotherapy so far is the only thing that is making my back better. So physiotherapy sessions mein hota kya hai basically is that they attach a set of wires and pass currents on your affected area, which is very safe. It's all part of the process. If you want, you can Google it out as to why they pass these currents. It is very safe. And then they give you a set of exercises for that affected area, which in my case, it was on my lower back, it was for my spine. So I have a set of correcting exercises for the posture of my spine and strengthening exercises for all the muscles around my affected area. So I had a total of 10 physiotherapy sessions. They are done in the month of June, and now I have to apply hot pack followed by these strengthening and correcting exercises twice in a day. And every single time I do it, my back feels so much better. It's like the pain is not even there for a while. So I have to keep on doing this for months, because it will take months for me to recover. And I'm finally allowed to hit the gym, but I am wearing belt all the time at the gym. I am not allowed to do any sort of crazy things that I used to do. I am only allowed to do machines. I'm not using free weights right now, and I'm using very light weight on it. Any kind of stress on my back should be avoided. So I'm wearing belt all the time and I'm lifting very light. And see, it's good also that I'm able to hit the gym, but I also have to be careful as well. Like, I cannot push my body now. I am going to the gym. That is in itself is a big thing. Like, basically, I'm putting all my energy in keeping my back safe and recovering it as soon as I can, which I see it happening in a couple of months. ये injury के बाद से one thing I've realized is that what a privilege it is to have a fully functioning body without any sort of pain. Like, ये बोलने में बहुत ज़्यादा silly sound कर रहा है अभी, but जब तक आपके ऊपर ये रेस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं आते ना, दैट यू कैनॉट स्टैंड लाइक दिस, यू कैनॉट सिट लाइक दिस, यू कैनॉट बेंड लाइक दिस, आप ऑटो बाइक में नहीं जा सकते हो, यू कैनॉट डू अ सर्टन सेट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट एवरी अदर नॉर्मल पर्सन कैन, तब तक आप ये चीज़ों को अप्रिशिएट नहीं करोगे. लाइक इफ़ यू आस्क मी राइट नाउ, all the other problems that I have in my life, they don't matter to me. I will face them. Right now, I just want to become how I was before. Right now, I don't want to be having to deal with these set of problems. Like the takeaway that I want you to have from this video is one, it's good to have a strong mentality, but it's even better to listen to your body, because sometimes we get into this hyper motivation zone of things that we have to put our bodies through a lot of torture. We have to push our limits as much as we can in order to achieve a dream body. Like, that's not the case. That's not the case. You are only doing a lot of harm to yourselves. Second thing, the most important thing I would say is that nobody cares how much you lift. Nobody cares. Outside the gym, nobody cares. And I'm pretty sure inside the gym, you're around people who only have their sense of worth by the weights they are lifting. Like उसके अलावा उनके पास कोई dopamine hit है ही नहीं life में. Like, do not be this type of person, because I have been around people like this. I know that influence is very, very contagious. Like, be mindful at the gym. Unless you're doing a powerlifting competition, there's no need to be lifting such heavy weights, especially not for the people around you. And especially, like, you should know yourself better. Like, अगर आपको लगता है कि आप इतना हैवी उठा सकते हो, तभी हैवी उठाना चाहिए. लाइक आई नो थोड़ा बहुत हैवी चलता है यार, एवरीवन प्रोग्रेसेस इन देयर लाइफ, बट डू नॉट गेट इनटू दिस ईगो लिफ्टिंग सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग. I'm sure a lot of people are aware that they are ego lifting, but they just don't want to accept that they are ego lifting. So get into that mindset, because there are so many more better things in life than just chasing numbers at the gym, honestly speaking. Like, वो mindset तो हटा ही दो, थोड़ा जिम के बाहर की दुनिया भी देखो if you're so obsessed with heavy lifting. And third thing that I want you to know is basically, if you're a guy or a girl, if आपकी बहुत अच्छी physique है, if you're working out for a long period of time, sometimes what happens is that even if your form is incorrect, people don't come up to you and tell you that, because you have a decent physique. So 90% of the people will not come up to you and tell you, because they know what you're doing. So if आपको लगता है कि आपको सब आता है, जैसे मुझे लगता था कि मुझे आता है सब करना, just go to a trusted person, anyone that you want, pick any trainer or anyone that you think is genuine, and just get your forms in check time to time. I'm not saying this to do this every day, but just to be on a safer side, just to know that you're not lifting incorrectly. इससे आपका कुछ जाएगा नहीं. You just have to, कोई चीज़ में आपको लग रहा है कि आप श्योर नहीं हो थोड़ा सा, या आपको लग रहा है जैसे डेडलिफ्ट, स्क्वाट्स वगैरह, दीज आर वेरी इंजरी प्रोन एक्सरसाइजेस. तो इसमें आप किसी को बुला सकते हो वंस इन अ वाइल, जस्ट टू चेक योर फॉर्म, जस्ट टू नो दैट यू आर डूइंग दिस करेक्टली, बिकॉज इट ओनली टेक्स वन बैड डे, वन बैड डिसीजन, और नेक्स्ट थिंग यू नो, आपको इंजरी हो गई है. सो जस्ट गेट इन अ हैबिट ऑफ डूइंग दिस एज वेल. होप दिस हेल्प्स. वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो सब्सक्राइब जरूर कर देना, एंड फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम. आई पोस्ट एवरीथिंग अबाउट जिम एंड फिटनेस. यू कैन चेक आउट माई यूट्यूब शॉर्ट्स पेज एंड इंस्टाग्राम रील्स फॉर दैट. I will keep you guys updated about my back recovery process, and let me know if you need a separate video about the exact set of stretches that I'm doing right now for my lower back. I will make a video on that as well. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means a lot. Stay super, stay safe. I will see you next time.